Hi, this is Linda with Casey Creations by Linda. I'm doing a tutorial today for Digi and SVG Designs for You. It is her French Farmyard loaded pockets. And I've got all my pieces cut out. I want to show you what they look like when you get the set. There is 2 complete sets. They're sold separately. And each set has 4 different pockets and 6 backing papers you can choose from. So this is what it's going to look like. This is the rooster or the chicken there. Here's your pocket, or excuse me, your envelope. You've got 2 matching pockets that are going to fit here. You've got your little words, some little ephemera there you can cut out. And it has all of the matching with the chicken there, all the little cards you can cut out, some more cute ephemera there. Really is a darling set. You have so many options. This one is a little bunny. You see all the cute little things you can add on. And here's its cards. And then here's your little pig. So cute, sleeping in the barrel there. And there's its cards. I am going to do the little lamb one. Also, what you get in the kit, and excuse me, I just made the journal here, so that's why we're missing a big piece. But here's all the ephemera that goes with it. Another page. You get 2 of the fussy cuts with each set. This is just a piece of the backing paper that I'm using for this tutorial. And like I said, there is 6 per kit, so you have a choice of everything. But I chose it because my little envelope, its little flap there, matches this. I just made the whole journal here, so let me get out and show you what we're going to make. This is the little guy when he's all put together. There's the back. I put mine on magnets, closure, fussy cut here so it would hold some little cards. And then on the front, all of the stuff. And as you can see, there's our little cow. Everything completes the image. The pocket completes the entire image underneath. And we'll put that aside because I'll be showing you as we go. Now there is other options. This would be a standalone, okay? You would just slip this down in a pocket just like I did here, like so. Or, let's thumb through here. Here's one. This is exactly like one of these, except I've made it a side flip. I'll show you how to do that. And this one, I have made it a bottom flip. Same little thing. So there's all kinds of things, and we're going to do that before we start gluing things down and all that. Or we'd have to do 3 of them. So here's my little piece I've cut out, okay? Let's start, let's say you wanted this to be a bottom flip, okay? You wanted it to go under here and get it together there. You want it to go under there and flip back and forth. This one's the easiest one. You would just glue down your little tab like so, glue the bottom, leave this flap out, and glue it down like this. Leave this little guy out. You've glued all this here. Put some glue on the little tab and glue him down. That's going to get your bottom flip, if that's what you want. Now, if you want a side flip, here is the tab that goes on the inside that gives your pocket room. If this was cut off and glued down to the back, you're going to lose some room, and your cards that go in it here would no longer fit, because you're going to lose about so much with the glue. We no longer fit. So we have to remedy that before we glue things down. We're going to use this, its tab here, just like we did on the bottom one. So this time we have to put a tab back in here so that we have room in our pocket. Grab a scrap of paper, fold it in half. This is about a 1/2 inch, and I've got 1/4 of a fold on each side. Here comes the airplanes, always. Oh, she's doing a tutorial, let's fly over. So, because I am taking this away, should be in here, I need to put another one in here. So what you're going to do, like I said, 1/2 inch, fold it in half, so it's like so. We're going to measure from here to the bottom. Cut it off, and you always want to make your little corners at an angle. Then we would glue this down in here. Okay, so now we have replaced this, because this is going to glue down. Then we're going to use this little side. It's going to go under our page. Come on, little guy. Get your tabs in there. And there you go. It just flips over. If you wanted it on this side, just take your flip and bend it the other way. You'd want to ink your edges. And now it's this way. I hope that makes sense. All we're doing is replacing the flap that we're wrapping around here, and we'll make our own little flap and put it there. So here we go. I've already got mine all inked and cut out, scored. You just score on the lines. And a little tip here. If you can see the brown lines, let me get one that isn't inked. See the dark line here? And here? And here? You don't want to put your score line right on that line. You want to put it just a tiny bit to the outside, so then when it's folded over, you haven't lost any of your envelope. So here we go. I'm gonna get my glue here somewhere. Now also, I usually print, as you can see, on the inside with a backing paper of some kind. If you don't want to do that, you can do what I did for this one and just ink it up. And I use Vintage Photo Distress ink, and it looks just fine. Make sure you get down in here for this little cutout. So now we're going to glue the little guy together. And we're doing one that will go in the pocket, not a flip. Glue that. And then glue here. I'm going to ink a little bit more just to be safe. A little scallop there. And then just fold it over. Give it a good press. Make sure you're okay on this side, that there's nothing sticking out there. And then it'll go over. Now our little pockets. Again, you do the same thing on the pockets. And you see this little extra brown here that she has put all around the edges? If you were not an inker and didn't want to ink, this little bleed over that she has put keeps any white from showing. We're going to take our little pocket, and when you have a bottom flap, always put the sides in and then glue the bottom last. Pull it up. And you see how it makes a little trough in there? Right in here. If you glued it this way, this is going to be snugger and you won't have the depth. This eliminates making your pocket too little. Makes a little stick up there. So we're going to glue our sides. And if you're not clear, I didn't explain good enough on how to make the flips, just reach out and touch me in my Etsy store, contact seller, KC Creations by Linda, and I'll be glad to answer any questions. Doesn't matter what they are, I will answer them to the best of my ability. Now we're going to put our sides down and then our bottom. And we're going to match it up. See the little wooden crate there? Matches up perfectly. The line that runs down, perfect. Just give him a good press. This is so easy to make. And it ends up so cute. This one doesn't have flaps. So we're going to glue the sides and the bottom. Like so. And you can see how it completes the little bag here and the books perfectly lined up. And there's our two little pockets. One here. Should have grabbed something else. Here we go. Got one here. Got one there. Now on the back, it is your choice of how you want to hold the little flap closed. You can use some Velcro dots if you wanted. Just glue it down. You can use magnets. And if you're going to use magnets on any of your projects you make, try to get the rare earth magnets. They're the strongest, because the smaller the magnet gets, the less power it has to hook onto each other. And this is about 1/4 of an inch. These. Or you can take this little guy here and you can glue it right there. Now only do this if it's going into a pocket. If you've made it where it's a flip, don't do this because you have less working room and you would really have to bend this a lot. This way you can just lift it up like so. It's hard to do with one hand. And then tuck it back under the little guy here. Or you can use this little circle. Whatever you want. Little doggy here, you can glue him on the back if you want. You could even glue just his little sides and then use it to put some ephemera in if you want it, or you can just glue him down flat. You can put some foam dots on him and raise him up a little bit, give it a 3D look. And here's all my cards. What is so cute about this kit also is Okay, I'm doing sheep, so I get an S. If I was doing horses, I'd get an H. B, I'd be doing the bunnies. Chickens, I'd get a C. I thought that was so cute that she did it that way. So we're just going to stuff our little pockets here with all our little goodies. These are the ones that go in the back here. Now see, if we would have cut off, if on a flip, if you had to cut this off, oh, I'm going to show you something else too. This would not fit, as I showed you in the beginning. Now we've just glued this so it's very stiff. Take a ruler, the thinnest one you have, and run it down there. That way, if any little glue got where it's not supposed to, off our tabs, this is going to open it up for you. And then you can just turn your ruler like so, and that kind of limbers it up. Stick our cards in there like that. This falls over. Now let's put, you can also take this one if you want, put a little dog on it, decorate it however you want. Take a little twine, I just tied this little twine, you can put it there, you can put it there, decorate it however you want. So we'll take this guy, and I think he goes in the back, and then this bigger one. And mine are back, so it's double cardstock. And this little guy will still hold it all. Again, I've got a little drop of glue in there somewhere. And just run it along, gently but firmly, to unloosen any little drop of glue. So, take these, stick him in there, take this little guy, put him in the back, then we got this little man that made himself a wool coat, like this. You can take this if you're not going to use it as a closure, you can put that in there. We could put our little bow here, put our little sign here. It says, I am the white sheep. Glue this here. You could flip it over, because we have nothing on the back. And like I said, you could do your little doggy if you wanted, or you could use him in the front. Stick him in a pocket. Looks cute with his little head poking out. You could, whatever your closure is going to be, determines how you decorate this, because if you use one of these, it's taking up some space. So you could move this down here. You could put a little wool there. You could put the sheep. You could put these on the cards. Any way you wanted to do it, but that is that easy. It is so simple. And then, like I said, decorate it, do you. I like little bows made out of twine and stuff when it's kind of a rustic type project. There's all our little guys in her pocket. She also, here's our other cards. She also gives you a preview page that you can follow. Just gives you some ideas. There's the back, the fronts, back, on how she did it, just for the examples. And there's the pockets, how they go on the front. These little pockets here. How they all match up together. Easy peasy, ladies. I thank you so much for joining me. It's a fun project. And like I said, if you have any questions, especially with the flips and all that gets a little confusing, I'll be glad to help you. Until next time, stay crafty. Bye-bye.